very special guest this afternoon is Toshiba Channer Wallen. And it's interesting how I got to meet her. Very interesting. I met her by accident and she was fascinated with me. I was fascinated with her because let me tell you, she has a story to tell. Many of you have been to hell and you still stayed on in hell. Now she has been to hell and she has been back. Many of you see the end of the world. She probably take the end of the world as the beginning of her life. We want to get to know her and know where she's coming from because many of us, including myself, and she knows it too, I feel very down sometimes. But when you meet somebody like her who's positive and still fighting, you have to get some of that spirit. And I'm sure many of my listeners will get some of that spirit from Toshiba Channer Wallen. I hope I pronounce her name properly and very unusually. How you know?
Hi, Mr. Vernon. It's really, really good to have me. I am great. I'm feeling great.
Good. I want to hear your whole story. And I know you don't feel shy to talk to us because what you have been through, and I am going through other things too. I don't feel no way. I share it because I do know that learning from others is probably a bigger school than the formal educational sector. Tell me about Toshiba. Where is she from, by the way?
Okay, so I am from St. Elizabeth, Balaclava. I was
How you not
born and
red?
yard.
How you not red? There's a me come from St. Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's true. My grandfather is red.
Oh,
So, according to Jamaican red.
yes,
Yes, so
yes.
I am from Balaclava, St. Elizabeth. I was born in a small community named Roses Valley, Jenkins. That's in Balaclava. And then I basically grew up with my father and stepmother in Santa Cruz, still St. Elizabeth.
I love to show about the bread basket. Chila, the plan of Yabba stay there. We are compete against it. No.
Yes,
So which school, tell me about the schools you attended.
all right. So while in Santa Cruz, I attended the Santa Cruz All Age.
Hmm.
It is now Santa Cruz Primary and Junior High.
Yes.
So for accommodation, apparently my father did not take in my documents to register me for accommodation. So I basically move on to the junior high in grade seven
Yes.
that's in 1997.
Hmm.
So I went there for junior high for 2 years. That's grade seven and grade eight. So while in grade eight, I became a teenage mother at age 14.
I mean, I'll tell them because it is quite common. But well, I don't, you probably don't want to go into the details, but give me an idea as to what happened that who was responsible, not the name of the person, just, the kind of person who was responsible. Or the dad. I don't have to call a name. Just, give me an idea as to what happened so we can fill in the blanks.
So all of this happened because of lack of parental guidance. So while in
No,
Santa
hold on. I don't hear
Cruz,
too well. Let me fix it. What you said caused by what?
lack of parental guidance.
Oh, I thought I didn't hear right.
Right. So lack
Mm.
of parental guidance. Of course, I was allowed to go to a party and, you know, things do happen. So the
Yes.
person was also young. He was 18 and I was 14. Things do happen. I call it a mistake. I'm not hearing you.
I was saying to you that you are a teenager, but he was an adult at 18. That's different. He's
At
an adult
18.
at 18.
Right.
Good. All right. I don't want to get into any names, but I want to hear from you. So what happened to you then when you realized you're pregnant at 14? By the way, how did you feel? That was
To
the
be
first
honest,
time. Yes.
I felt like my life was over.
Oh Lord. Yes. Can
Of
just
course, I felt
imagine.
like my life was over. And the community in which I come from, having a child at such a tender age,
Yes.
teenager, it's well known that life is over for you. It's like a stigma. There's stigma, and of course, people is going to talk and say, look how young she is. She now come out to nothing good, Lord, at the end of her life.
Let me tell you
So,
something. You see people mouth? You say you take and spray and say can kill them. Remember me tell you. If I could have used people mouth, I used that spray in sex too. Poisonous,
yes,
you know, and dangerous. And guess what? We
true.
love to we love to carry negative things though. We love the
But
gossip. Yeah. So go and
but
tell
to
me
be
about it
honest
now.
with you,
Yes.
I so let me tell you how my family members find out now. So my mommy was living overseas in the Bahamas, and
Oh
usually
yes.
I come to Roses Valley for summer holidays.
Yes.
In Santa Cruz, where I was living with my father and stepmother, they were
Mhm.
very strict. I wasn't allowed to go nowhere,
Yeah.
absolutely nowhere, not even shop. That they will
Mhm.
go to the shop, that they will go to the pipe and catch water. We weren't allowed to leave the home unless it's school. So, coming to Roses Valley now, you're free, young, free,
So who were you
and you
staying with at
just,
that time? It
I
was
was staying with my grandaunt, extended family, grandaunt,
yes, yeah.
cousins, aunties, and the list goes on. So
Mhm.
at that home, of course, I feel so good. I feel so free. And I must mention also that life was really good there because in Santa Cruz, I didn't have any electricity. So,
Yes.
coming to Roses Valley, I exposed to so much stuff. So I went to a party, and as I said, it happened. So my mommy, who was living overseas now, she came by chance. She came that same very year. And as she comes, my family members told her that I was pregnant. They didn't come to me, but as mommy Lang, of course, conference room in one of the room, and they took me. I was 6 months pregnant at the time. 6 months. I didn't tell not one person. I was hiding it and was hoping that it comes out of my belly without anybody knowing. But apparently the family members knew, didn't say anything. Mommy was there at the time, and she took me to the health center in Balaclava. When she took me to the health center now, the nurses confirm and they feel the belly and said this looked like a 6 months belly. And they recommended mommy to take me to the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation that's in Mandeville to register me. So the Women's Center, it basically cater for teenage mothers, girls who are teenager up to 18. So what they basically do is allow you to continue education during pregnancy and enroll you in high school after pregnancy. So I went to the Women's Center in 1999 to about June 2000. And then after 2000, I was enrolled at Decartret College in Mandeville, back in second form. You're muted.
Were they showing an external sign of being pregnant?
Repeat?
Were you showing an external sign that picked up that you were
Yes. So
pregnant?
yes. So apparently up to 6 months, 0 to 6 months, no belly. But as it reached 6 months, of course, there was a little bulge in my belly. I have a very, very small tummy. And of course, back then I would wear a lot of big blouse to hide it.
Mhm. The gentleman now, what happened to him? And how did his family react?
All right. So his family took it. They were disappointed, of course. Of course, they were blaming him to, get a minor pregnant. All responsibility was on him. Some person
Mhm.
said we must lock him up because that's a criminal activity. But my mommy, at the time, my mommy have an 18-year-old son, and she said she's not going to lock him up because if that should happen to her son, she wouldn't want anybody to lock up my brother.
But I tell you something though, that there are certain offenses, and that's why I believe the judge is having a discretion. Where we deal with crime, we must lock up everybody. But he ought to be punished. He's an adult. And the fact that he had a child. So I will tell you no, I don't feel, hope you don't feel anyway. Mommy was wrong. The matter should have gone to court. Yes, man. The matter should have gone to court. The matter should have been dealt with. But I disagree with the system. There are certain things that ought not to be a custodial sentence. You lock up somebody who's a danger to the society. But he did something wrong. Whether she has a son or not, I feel very strongly that, as a matter of fact,
Mhm.
it shouldn't depend on her. The woman center, the school, and all other persons, they have a responsibility to report the matter. And by the way, you're not here just to talk about yourself, although we want to hear, but also for me to look at the system, what is working and not working. And I'm learned here that it's discretion of a relative. No. You must have a system. If you go to the hospital and you're underage, it must be reported to the police, proper investigation. Of course, they're going to treat you with love and care, and you know all what is going on. But the state needs to carry out its own investigation, find out what happened, and so on. Yeah, you continue. If you disagreed with me, you must let me know.
All right, I'll be political here. So,
Yeah,
so I'll move on. So that was
yeah.
teenage pregnancy and getting registered at the Women's Center. After enrolling,
So let me before I go. So did they support the child? Did the gentleman support the child after that?
yes, yes, he was there financially, but emotionally he wasn't. He said he was embarrassed and funny enough, I'm the one who's supposed to be embarrassed, but he said he was embarrassed about the situation.
Why? Hold on.
So
No, may you disagree? Why you should be the one to feel embarrassed?
listen, teenage pregnancy,
Mhm.
there's a stigma. When you become a teenage mother, the judgmental eyes of the society is real. So
Well,
imagine people saying all sorts of stuff. You're embarrassed about it.
I'm going to tell you
It's
something though. It's a
natural.
pity that you're young and you're not as tough like me. But I would say to hell with them. Because many who are condemning you have done far worse. No, I would put the responsibility on the gentleman. He's 18. You are underage. But I know the situation in this country. Everything, if a woman is raped, is her fault. Is how she dress, is how she look, which is wrong. But at the same time, I understand also, when a man commits murder, so years gone by, you hang the man, you don't hang the woman. So there's this kind of thing where we treat men and women differently, which is sometimes not right. No, you could have been on the dump heap. No, you tell me, you're going to tell me what the system did for you. I tell you where it failed you in one instance. But how you do it? Tell me
Oh Lord.
how you survive. Me one, how you survive. Can you tell anybody? Can you imagine you're keeping a secret and you say to a single person? No, man, it was a heavy burden to carry.
Very, very heavy. To be
Yeah.
honest, I not even know how I do it. All I can
I tell
say
you what,
is
let me go for the
God,
break, you see,
God.
because I have to take a break now because I mean, you know how you do it, carry such a secret for so much months. I can just say, listen, imagine the burden. Gonna go for the break right now. You're listening to Spot On with Vernon Derby. My special guest is Toshiba Channer Wallen. So come back, don't move.
But God knows best. And as a tender age, I was I have a personal relationship with God. Even though I wasn't a Christian, I talked to him a lot. And I said, Lord, if it is your will, let it be done. So I was just so afraid of telling my family members. I was afraid that they're going to curse me out. That's one. I was
Mhm.
afraid that they will beat me. I just didn't know what to expect or what was going to happen.
Well, let me make
But
it clear now. You can't beat nobody for that. You'll be in trouble with the police. So, if you don't think about beat and how can they beat a woman who's pregnant? Whether she's 10, 9, you can't do that. You just
that
can't.
was my mind. That
Yeah,
was my
I
thinking,
know, but I just using the opportunity to tell my listeners out there so don't even think of it. Yes,
Yes,
continue,
and
my friend.
you're right because I've known of teenage mothers who when the parents or relative found out that they're pregnant, they get some beating, yes.
Really? By the
So,
way, if you know, you let me know immediately.
all right,
Immediately.
detective.
Oh
All
no, I
right.
don't stand for that at all. That's the time when somebody need help and guidance. You're gonna beat them. You probably need beating yourself. I know I just got myself into trouble. No, man, that must have been rough on you. So they found out without you telling anybody.
Yes.
How do you deal with it when you're confronted? And how would you suggest to other young people? Well, before you get to that point,
Mm-hmm.
what would you suggest to a young person at 13, 14? I know of a girl who got pregnant when she was about 9 or so in Trelawney. What would you say to that person? What they should do based on your experience?
All right. So based on my
Yeah,
experience, life after teenage pregnancy is like I want you, if you're in this position, I want you to tell yourself that you are more than your circumstances. Don't let your current situation, you being pregnant,
define
define
you.
your future,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
And I would like to let them know also that they're capable of achieving great things despite the challenges being faced as a teenage mother. Teenage pregnancy doesn't change who you are. It is
yeah,
still me, Toshiba, with the same goals that I have before teenage pregnancy. Mark you, it's going to be rough because now you have your educational goal to think about.
right.
You have your child to think about. You have your child to take care of. And I would also encourage that teenage mother to also know that education is the key.
But who should
So
they
they
talk to though? Who do
must,
you suggest? You didn't talk to anybody. I mean,
so
me think you're wicked to yourself, son. No, man, that
yeah, I
hard.
think so. I feel like I could deal with it on my own.
Eh,
And that's how I know that I'm really becoming an adult. I realize that I'm so strong. I deal with stuff on my own,
yes,
work
yes,
out stuff. And it's not even me, it's just me and God.
yes, yes.
I honestly feel like it's me and God work out stuff, you
But
know?
but the thing is, though, it must be a decision for you to make. How do you decide who to talk to? You got to tell your mother
All
to
right.
push you off your work list. Your father might
And
abandon you. What do you do?
after that conference, that the first time my family come together
Yeah,
and give me a pep talk, and they said, okay, I realize that you're pregnant. After
yeah.
that, they were very supportive. My mommy was very supportive. I remember a family member telling mommy to dash with the belly, the common
Oh,
Jamaican
yes,
term,
yes,
dash with
I
the
know. Yeah.
belly. Yes. So my
And then
mommy said,
today,
turn to me.
you would not be regarded as a teenage mom. You'd be regarded as something else.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. So
So
better
my
you live.
mommy,
Eh,
yeah, my mommy was very supportive, and she turned to me when my cousin said that to her and said, you know what? That the sin they now gonna upon me.
Ah,
So you have to go
I hear
carry it.
you.
Yes, that's what my mommy said.
And guess what?
So
That doesn't see that part you either.
exactly. So
Exactly.
my family member, they were very supportive because I wasn't a bad girl. You know, I wasn't a bad girl. Just get caught up in the wrong
And I'm bad,
place
you're
at the
bad that you
wrong
get caught. No, it
time.
doesn't happen. And by the way,
But
you check it out. You know what adults get caught up to? And do all those who want to beat you, them did
yeah,
make
that's
all kind
true.
of terrible mistake too. So let me ask you, I'm jumping too fast, but I still would love to know
Mhm.
that first child. How old is
Yes.
that child and what is that child doing?
Oh Lord, my beautiful, talented daughter is now 25 years old.
Hello. Don't come on the program and mislead the public. Because you can't be more than about 25, 30. Right? Yet about your daughter. Really?
No, man, I'm 40, but I'm looking like I'm
Yes.
25 also.
Yes, you do have yes. So hold on, what is she doing now?
So she is a graduate of the Edna Manley School of Performing Arts. She did fine arts in painting. So she is not working at the moment, but she's working
Yeah.
from home on her artistic
What do you mean she's
pieces.
not working? Then she work
Well,
on the
she's not working a
artistic
nine to
pieces.
five. Let me
Then
let me
hold on.
correct that. She's
Let
not
me
working a 9 to 5. She's doing her own thing now.
let me tell you something. You leave her alone. You give her support. A
Yes,
creative
man,
person, mm,
100%,
a creative person
100%.
cannot work 9 to 5. Right? And creative people they're unusual. So hold on now. Let me just think though. We love to use the words would have, the phrase would have, which I talk about all the while. So if you had, as I said, dash for the belly, you would not
Mm-hmm.
have a 20, what, a 5 year
Oh
old.
no.
You would
And
not have a talented person. You would
mm-hmm.
not have no graduate of. Can you imagine that? You
Oh
would
yes.
not have your
Oh
first child to
yes.
love and hope. Now I've told
Let
the
me
nation
tell
how to
you.
use the word would have properly.
Let me tell you, Mr.
Yes.
Dern, I have no regrets. No regrets, but lessons.
What the hell if you, what a something, what the hell if you did
No
dash for the
regrets.
belly? Can you imagine?
Because listen, man, my daughter is amazing. She's
Your
so
conscience should not kill
helpful.
you still, you know.
Oh
You probably
yes,
not
for
died many
sure.
times. Yes.
For sure, for sure. When I look at her every day, I just can't believe that she's mine. God is just amazing.
Yes. So that is great to hear, and I will have to talk to you more because it's very important for her to network with other people. I don't know what type of artwork she does. Is it paintings or fine arts? What
Paintings, yes.
paintings?
Paintings.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And know that with the economy now, it's very difficult for people to, with less disposable income, to spend money on paintings. But the world is a stage now, you know. So she can stay in Jamaica and paint for anybody anywhere in the world.
Oh yes. Listen out for her. She have done pieces for real estate. She have done pieces like murals. If you look around Jamaica, you see some Pepsi murals. She's a part of it. Downtown. So
Oh, you
she's
tell me
doing
about you
great.
not working. Well, you're misleading
As
me
in
now,
a
you know.
9 to 5. A
No, no,
nine
no,
to
no.
five, that
Well, you're
is.
going to redefine work, right? That is beautiful to you. And I'm going to be talking to you after the program because I want some information on
Sure.
her also. This is
I would
really
love to.
no. I will have a minute. We take a quick break again. But tell me now, you have other children?
Oh yes. So I delayed pregnancy
Yes.
until my educational goal was achieved. And also my personal goal. I tell myself that whenever I'm going to have a next child, I must be married. So that was my personal goal.
Right,
And
right.
if I'm going to have more kids, I must have my degree. So after the Carteret College, I went to Northern Caribbean University. I did medical technology, my Bachelor's of Science degree in medtech. And then I moved on to working at the University Hospital of the West Indies in 2009 as a medtech. And I spent 6 years there in blood bank. Big up to Miss Beckham and the crew.
Yes.
And after which I'm at sickle cell unit now. I'm at sickle cell unit now. That's the University of the West Indies. And I am also the med tech who is processing
Hmm.
newborn screening for sickle cell disease for over 13 hospitals.
Wow.
So 18 years after, I have my second child. So now I have 4 children, 3 girls and 1 boy. I'm happily married to my wonderful husband for over 10 years.
You say can't come show off no boy that the man
Oh,
with
yes.
they must feel good because not very many people can show up on their spouse. And you know that when I met you, I hope you remember that line that I mentioned. Doesn't matter how successful you are, if you pick up a worthless
Mhm.
spouse, that could be the end of you. So
Oh,
it's
yes, that's true. He's very
yes,
supportive. Wonderful father, wonderful husband, wonderful person.
good.
I'm
And
blessed.
what a thing. And all the children living with you? You got a
All
big
the
daughter.
all the children living with me. It's really hard to let go of my big daughter because we share that special bond too. Of
Yes,
course,
yes.
she's looking to move out, but it's kind of, it's kind of
I
hard
know, I
being
know, I know.
registered. Yeah,
I know. I know
but
where they
everyone
move
living
on.
with me.
But you just tell her, say me, say, see. No, but I run because she thinks that she a big woman. The way things are going to stay home and build up yourself first.
No, man, she know that.
Right. It is just amazing. So this lady I'm talking with, she could be a cruff. She could have depended with all kind of something, but she never give up. Teenage pregnancy did not stop her life. And we must say thanks to those institutions. They said you mentioned woman center. Did you live in or you just went there?
No, they don't have a living. It's a day
Yeah.
school,
Yes. Yeah.
regular 8:30 to 4:30 or
Yes.
8:30 to say 3 o'clock thereabouts. The Woman Center, it also have a nursery. So if you don't have anyone to keep your child after having a baby, they also have a nursery to accommodate those babies. And the food
Yes.
is free, nursery is free, everything is absolutely free
Well, I
in
must
the Woman
commend the
Center.
state for helping somebody, talented person who now produce a talented daughter and other talented children who could have gone on to the dump heap and will have to take a script of and dash away. But you see now, all those who cuss her off, I hope you're going to listen to this program. You must say to them because they need to learn. because you're an example, turn out to be a beautiful mother, a beautiful lady. Tell your daughters they better watch themselves, because guess what? They care. I'm look like you and them age too early because you're looking too good. All right, I'm gonna go for a quick musical break, and we come back and continue the conversation with Toshiba Channer Wallen. You're listening to Spot On with Vernon Derby, coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica. Yes, we're right in the middle of the Caribbean Sea, where we say, well, we little but we tall. And my very special guest is Toshiba Channer Wallen, and she's talking about teenage pregnancy and brave enough to share her story. And this is someone who has life experiences that can share with all of us. And I think we might have to have her again. I think we
Oh,
might have to
yes.
have her again. Now, you are now the Prime Minister of Jamaica, and you're going to speak to parents, speak to young ladies and young men too, for the next, let me see, probably next, um, probably 6, 7 minutes. So it's your time to speak to the nation and the world. Toshiba Channer Wallen.
Okay, you're so right. I need to come back because it's like my life is like a book.
Yes.
It's a book. It's so many chapters, you know? So what I have to say to teenage mothers, kids on a whole, kids on a whole, boy, girl, it doesn't matter how many times you fall, but what matter is how many times you stand up. Shake it off. Whatever happened, shake it off. Move forward. And in everything, you put God first. We as young people, a lot of young people, they forget about God. You have to put God first. How I get through all of this is with my God. So for my teenage mothers, what I would love to tell you guys is that I have some pointers here. I want you to define your goal. I want you to surround yourself with positive people. That is very
Oh, yes.
important.
Oh, yes.
Yes, very, very, very important. So can you imagine you come from an area where you're surrounded by so much negative persons? At that point, you have to have a tunnel vision. Tunnel vision meaning you're not seeing, you're not hearing the naysayers. You just continue at that on that narrow path towards your goal. And if you don't have any positive people around you, try and confine in someone. Maybe if you go to the woman's center, which I would strongly recommend that all teenage mothers be registered. So if the parents are listening and you have a teenage mother, please reach out to the woman's center. We have woman's center all across Jamaica. Maybe, if not all, in all the parishes in Jamaica now,
Most of the parishes, right?
or most of the parishes in Jamaica now. So always be grateful,
By the
despite
way,
the
let me just put a
circumstance.
plug in here for the man. I didn't want to interrupt you. I hear they're going to have it.
Yes.
We need a men's center to do. Anyhow, continue.
Oh, yes. Yes. But that's the next day, Mr. Derby. So always be grateful. Despite what you're going through in life, be grateful. Give thanks. Every test will become your testimony to inspire others. And commit, finally, commit,
I missed
commit
something a while
to
ago. Every test, something I don't hear too well. Let me hear
every
every test.
test. I was saying that never give up. Every
Yeah.
test in life will become your testimony
Every
to
test
share.
in life will
Life will
become
become
your
your
testimony.
testimony,
I
right?
love that.
Yes. So never commit to giving up. You can't give up. You have to stay resilient.
There's one time I have to give up, though. When I have to give up the last breath.
What was that?
There's one time when you have to give up, when you have to give up the last breath.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So success means having the courage, the determination. You have to be determined. And
Mhm.
as I said before, you have to use your child as a motivating factor to get what you want in life. Not looking down on any form of job, but if I strongly believe if I didn't further my education, my daughter wouldn't be in this position to go to university. I was able to I was able to provide for her during high school. I was able to provide for her effectively in high when she reached high school. So don't give up. Just determine that you're going to meet your goal by whichever mean, and always ask for help. Nothing is wrong with asking for help. You're not begging, you're asking for help. The Bible said ask, right?
The time was, really slim. I have to ask you something. The father for your first child, is he still around? Does he still show interest? How does your husband relate to it? How does that affected it, you getting married and there's a gentleman outside who probably wants to visit his daughter?
Okay, my husband, he's such an amazing, listen to me, man. He's like my husband, when I think the man they make again.
Why not you make him,
He is really, well, I prayed for him. I
Yes, yes.
prayed for him. I prayed for someone like him. He dealt with this situation very, very well. Of course, a lot of young men don't really want a woman who have a child. But having met me, of course, that was his thought. But having met me and realized what type of person I am,
Yes, yes.
he accepts the child. Listen to me, man. He accepts the child, and he really doesn't have a problem with my child communicating with the father. He is just God-given.
Yes,
You
yes.
get what I'm saying? He dealt with everything so well.
That father now, how do you relate to him still?
Not really. Not
Yes, yes.
really.
But is the daughter relates to him though?
Yes.
Mhm. How does she deal with having, well, she literally has two fathers. How has she dealt with that?
Very well.
Mhm,
She know her stand. She dealt with it very well.
mhm,
She
mhm.
have an amazing relationship with my husband, her stepdad. She even call him daddy.
Yeah.
That
Because
that
he's
goes to
actually
show.
daddy, when you get married, he's
Exactly,
actually daddy.
exactly. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
man. So she actually call him daddy, and they have
Mhm.
a very good relationship. And guess what? They even have the same birthday.
No, but I say no, look at this, a lie I tell you. No, but listen,
Yes.
you look like
Listen,
everything for you was made in heaven.
of course, it's made in
Yes.
heaven. It was made in heaven, of
Well,
course.
guess what? Boy, you're such an interesting person to talk with. From I was talking with you on the bus coming in from Mandeville. But I have to go now and get myself into trouble. Say the final point you want to make, Toshiba.
Okay, so remember now,
Mhm.
whatever happened to you in life, you can get over it. Remember now, resilience is power. You might be facing some unexpected challenges, but you have to tap in that resilience to overcome the obstacle
Mhm.
and achieve your goals. And as I said before, I stress this support system matters. So, parents of teenage mother, support them. Support them. And I know that I'm almost out of time, but you have some parents, they were also teenage mothers.
I'm going to have to
And the
go now,
way how
though.
they dealt
Yes.
and the way how they dealt with the situation is just crazy.
Right,
Self-care is essential.
right.
Take care of your mental, emotion, and physical well-being.
Thank
And
you very
remember,
much, Toshiba. Have to go. Thank you very much, Toshiba Channer Wallen. We
honor
talk again.
Wallen.
And it was great talking with you. And we will talk again, my
Thank